Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt.
Hi, it's Akuma and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And today the subject of my video is going to be covering a lot of ground that some people would consider salt farming, some people would consider really dark territory. There's something that happened on PC this week that brought the community to a near enough standstill. I've never seen so many posts. I did a night shift, I got back in the morning to some news, and our Discord was insane at the time, and I've never seen anything like it. It's very unexpected news, and well, really, there's only time to just say this.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Now, for those of you who don't keep up with current events, I did actually post a video that I found out from in my community feed, and it was the fact that the leader of Spear was banned from the game. This is something deeply unexpected. For those of you who aren't aware, Spear are a law enforcement collective that see themselves as the primary anti-ganking force on PC for Elite Dangerous. One of their founder members is in IED, or associated with IED on Xbox, and is someone I've had slight disagreements with in the last few months that I always got on well with, until I found out he was going around telling everyone what a toxic, horrible, nasty person I was behind my back. But the subject of today's video is, when is it taking it too far? Now, this is taken from someone's video. This is the video I linked in my community feed. I'll link it again in the description. Yeah, because Akuma Tebori, the leader of Spear, has been banned from the game. From what I understand, they were scraping people's IP addresses from the game files. The game is a peer-to-peer network. Now, I don't wish to get all techno-babble or anything in this video, because I'm not the most technical of people. I have experience of peer-to-peer network and IP addresses from my Call of Duty days, because a lot of people used to capture people's IP addresses so that they could DDoS them to win games of Call of Duty. I did videos about it back in the day, and I ended up learning a lot about IP addresses, DDoSing people, and that also then comes into doxing people and threatening to reveal locations, because an IP address is basically you can use certain websites and certain tools to backtrack the location. This is what appears to have been happening, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, anytime we take things to that level of trying to make it into an in real life thing away from the game, I mean, I enjoy salt as much as the next person, but anybody stepping into those realms, I'm sorry, but I am really glad that he's been banned for this. This is ridiculous. It's way taking things demonstrably too far. Admittedly, my reaction was quite childish, because I sent one of his friends 495 laughing emojis with the word Akuma in the middle of it. Yeah, childish, but there's a 500 character limit, so you know, 5-letter word. All the rest was laughing face emojis. A stupendously childish reaction, but one I couldn't resist because I thought it was funny. Anytime someone goes around calling everyone else toxic and horrible, toxic outlaws, toxic scum, you know, making out that people do all sorts of hideous things because they play as a bad guy in a video game, and then it turns out that they play as a bad guy in real life, I have little sympathy for them. Spear have always maintained this thing that, you know, they protect people, they're anti-bad guy, but some of the rhetoric was always, they kind of came across as they felt that bad guys in a video game were really bad guys in real life. And you quite often see this with some of the messages and some of the tone of some of the messages. Like, you know, they're always describing bad guys in game, bad guys as toxic people, always claiming they're lying, deceitful. I mean, my disagreement with the Hamburger, which I always thought I got on well with him, I've always had honourable 1v1 with him. He made all sorts of accusations, but the one that stung was that he claimed that I make false accusations against lawful commanders for combat logging, and that I would use any clip to twist it. Yet when I asked him for one single false claim I've ever made, he couldn't provide one, refused, claimed I spammed him, got defensive, and just likes talking shit behind my back, won't talk to my face because, yeah, well, as Dr. Vakeman will tell you.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
I'm really, as you guys know, not a fan of people that take the game too far. I've been accused many times of apparently taking this game too seriously. I've had many accusations levelled against me, but the simple question, if I take this game too seriously, what have I done? I've not doxed anyone, I've not sent anyone hate mail, abuse, I've not bullied anyone, I've not even sent a message swearing at people. Like, I don't. I've not lied about anyone. I've had people claim I've lied. I've had people spread malicious rumours about me. I have not done anything systemic of anyone that would taking this game way too far or too seriously. This to me is a spaceship pew pew fun game. I sometimes criticise certain groups for their roleplay and their rules of engagement and things of a game nature, but I never go into personal attacks. I always provide evidence, and people are always surprised by this. You know, people come at me calling me a pathological liar. People make massive accusations against me. If half the stuff that had been levelled against me was true, I would have been banned from the game a long time ago. You know, I've had people tell me I'm a lying toxic narcissist that's driving people to suicide with my overtop personal attacks in my videos, but they were unable to identify the videos. Similarly, like with the massive amounts of false accusations I make about combat logging, they were unable to provide any evidence of that. Or all the abuse that I'm supposed to have sent to people, they were unable to find the screenshots of all the abuse that I sent to people. It's interesting that, you know, people who come at me over and over and over again with bullshit accusations and lies are the ones claiming I'm the liar. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Now, Akuma did make this statement saying it's not mechanically not possible to research a player by just having the IP address from the network log, and basically just put out this statement to try and mitigate some of the criticism and to say that, you know, there was nothing wrong with what they were doing. However, there is no good reason to be collecting people's IP addresses, and this screenshot from their Discord from November last year seems to paint a completely different picture. Yeah, so it's been heavily redacted, as you can see, but it paints a completely different picture and complexion on things. Yeah, there's no good reason to be collecting people's IP addresses, and if you're at the point when you're collecting people's IP addresses, for me, you're over the line. You've way gone over the line at that point. You don't ever have to do anything with those IP addresses to, you know, make me think you're any more over the line. You're over the line. You're seriously gone way too far. This is a pew pew spaceship game. It should be fun, not like collecting data files on people, mapping out their IP addresses. Just, any of that side of stuff is just creepy, weird, and abhorrent. You know, no thanks. It's definitely not a route I like to see people go down. It's definitely an end of the spectrum that's just taking things way too far. I don't see how that would be fun, and I can't think of a good reason why you would. I'm not even going to. There's no good reason why someone's collecting IP addresses. I often get accused of taking this game too seriously. I often get accused of, like, I don't know why I get accused of taking this game too seriously, to be honest. I mean, the people who say that is like, my answer is, what have I actually done? What have I done? You know, if you can come up with the evidence of stuff that I've done. I got accused of being a lying, toxic narcissist that drives people to suicide with my over-the-top personal attack in my videos, but they couldn't identify the video. And also the person who sent me that message still hasn't blocked me. If they believe what they were saying, they would have blocked me, surely, or reported me to FDev, or got me banned. You know, it amazes me the accusations that people make without evidence, but, you know, I can honestly say I have been doxxed multiple times in this game. People take this game way too seriously. I'm fully aware of that. Here's an example of someone who took this game way too seriously. I mean, I've seen ridiculously abhorrent things. People getting death threats, people being doxxed, people joining people's kids' parties to start effing and jeffing at their children. Absolutely insane things. People going on Facebook and contacting members of someone's family. People, you know, doxing people and contacting their employers. The assault level in this game is just ridiculous. It's way worse than Call of Duty. I got less hassle doing Call of Duty videos than I do doing Elite Dangerous videos. And back in the day I used to report cheats and tell them I'd reported them. So somehow I got less trouble back then. But hopefully Elite Dangerous is moving in the right direction. Maybe this will wake people up and people will start be thinking like, yeah, you know what? Don't be a dick. It's really, really simple. Let's not be dickish to each other and just play a video game. I mean, I will attempt to be less childish, but I'll be honest, if the circumstances happen again, I'd probably still send the same message, especially just coming home after a night shift. That level of childishness is well within my remit. You know, I will mock hypocrisy and take the mick out of people for doing stuff that's way over the top. You know, that's in my nature. I'm not going to change. I'm still going to salt farm and, you know, report on things people say that I find really, really funny. Especially if they're really, really hilarious threats or silly stuff. You know, I do love that side of the game, and it's fine. As long as it stays in-game, I'm okay with it. Anyone who takes things out of game, that's the line for me. That's as simple as it is. I love shit talking and trash talking. It's part of the fun. Just, you know, leave it in game. Don't make it personal. That's all. Thanks for watching.